comfortable. And how do teachers approach them? Don't teachers expect all of them to be equally proficient? Most often teachers say, oh, if he can do that, why don't you? If she can do that, why don't you? Are we sensitized that students are coming from various backgrounds, various competencies, various inhibitions? Don't we accept that there could be pluralities in terms of their social background, level of understanding? Most of the teachers, if I'm an English teacher, if a student is not good at English, I would say is a bad student. Mathematics teachers, for instance, if a student is poor in mathematics, he or she might say, oh, he is good for, as my mathematics teacher did it to me. Most of the times I was sent out of the class in mathematics because I was very poor in mathematics. Days and days, the moment the teacher is inside the class, it's naturally I go out because I didn't do the homework. But my teacher never asked me and never realized that I couldn't do my homework because I didn't know how to do it. Had he asked, had he helped me to do a sum, to do a problem, I would have definitely be in his class. So what I'm saying is that if a teacher is not accepting the idea that students could have different capabilities, probably students could have been saved. But most of the teachers say their subject is great. Another instance from my own experience. I was very bad at drawing. There was a teacher, Kunyappa master, very good drawing teacher. So he predicted that I won't pass through SSLC. Even if I tried 10 times, had you been in his class, you would have accepted it and probably stopped your studies. But I was confident that I had so many other faculties. I was a good singer. I was a good athlete. I win distinctions by oratory competitions. I could kick boys out. I could lead. I could solve problems. So I was confident, maybe I am wrong and I can't do drawing, but I am good at something else. So English teachers often take it for granted that a student who doesn't communicate in English, either written or spoken, is bad. That affects the student, and most of the students from socially economic poor background who couldn't compete with the expected standard play throughout. They cut the classes, they don't do homework. Now I have such students in my class. I was one such student. So what do? I tell them, I give some certain examples. For example, people love each other, boys and girls, and they get married, fine. There are certain people who don't love each other but to get married. So what is the option? You have to live together. You had no prior experience, somehow or other somebody forced and you married. Because you are married, what is the option? Start loving. So like that, I say, English literature, you didn't opt. But anyway, you became an English literature student. So what is the option? Start loving it. Start enjoying it. Because you have no other option. And now the teacher's raw. No teacher can expect that all these students came because they were ardent love for literature. No. But many students who probably are not much interested in literature, we teachers can make them interested if we want. For which I was suggesting my colleagues in the few interludes that we got that teachers need to be trained to facilitate learning. Learning can be facilitated only if there is a rapport between the teacher and the students, As it has already been mentioned, no teacher today is omniscient. The concept is gone. There was a quoting from Sanskrit text. Even the very word Upanishat, Upa-ni-sat, the whole idea of ancient Indian discourse, literary discourse or knowledge discourse was in the form of, or expected to be in the form of an omniscient standing or sitting above. And the teachers are, or the students are sitting down only. Upa-ni-sat. So there was no idea of equality in ancient idea of learning. Even now I am sure many teachers get disturbed if their students do not stand up in the classroom when they enter the classroom. I don't insist. Throughout my career, I never insist because I know how they stand up. Oh, this lady is guiding me, why should I stand? Why should we follow that? Does it mean that they don't have respect for you? Yeah, they do respect if you deserve respect. They do love you if you deserve love. So you can't impose respect. Simply because my students do not stand up, I don't believe that they don't respect. So learning is a process. And to be very frank with you students, not many of you learn in the classroom. You just listen, and that too rarely happens. If I am right, am I right if I say that you don't even listen, you only hear? Is there a difference between hearing and listening? Yes. Now, think about yourself. Don't answer me now, because your teachers will be there, because they expect they are listening 40 minutes. They should be told that it's not possible, man. They can't listen to you, however impressive your classes are, because the maximum limit that a student can concentrate maybe 20 minutes. And that too with a lot of gimmicks that we have to see. Because you are very, very dynamic. It's not the kind of class that we sat. No internet, no mobile phones, no cinema, no distraction, not even a radio. I didn't have a radio when I was doing my MA. So what I was reading, listening, I was listening BBC radio by the neighbors radio, because I didn't have a radio. So you have so many other, my students pass on SMS while the classes are going on. Many of you do. I don't prevent. Because of you are engaged otherwise, I don't expect students to listen full time to my class. That's why I gave them freedom not to come to my class. Believe me, you ask my students. For the past 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years of my teaching, I never insisted my students to be in the class. I also permit them to leave the class even when I was lecturing, without disturbing others. And for your information, I would also say, I was instrumental in introducing credit semester system in Keynote University in 2003, where in which we have 8 marks for attendance. You have 8 marks for attendance? Some marks for attendance? Credit? But then I thought differently. Internal marks. Can attendance in the classroom can be an internal mark? I said no. There's no point in that. So I suggested to the Vice Chancellor, so I believe that internal marks or internal assessment or participation in lectures is not a criteria. And they said, you have a point there. So believe me, in my university, PG classes, there is no marks for attending classes. This is revolutionary. No other university will do that. So my students can go anywhere because I believe that they can learn more by being in the library, They can enjoy by chatting with their boyfriends or girlfriends. So what? But if they are in my class, they can't sleep. They can yawn, of course, yes, I have no problem. Yawn, turn around, disturbing their class.